Paul Bassat, joint CEO of Seek. We're based in Australia. We also have investments in businesses in Southeast Asia, China, and Brazil and Mexico, focused on online employment and vocational education and training. And one of the things we're really passionate about and have been since our inception in 1997 is having highly motivated employees and having high levels of employee engagement. Not only is it the right thing to do to have people who are passionate about the organisation and feel as though their contributions valued, but we think it also leads to successful business outcomes.
And how do you achieve that in your company? Because that's a lot of what beneath.
I think a lot of it is about openness and transparency, and people feeling as though they're being rewarded and recognised and their contributions valued. All those things I think are really important. There's no magic to it, but I think it's about, it starts with an open and transparent relationship between the organisation and the individuals.
Let me ask you another thing, is one of the it's almost a little bit of a stalking horse, is Vineet's idea of turning the organization upside down. To be honest, he kind of backed off a little bit later that, but the idea of managers being he's not saying that the ground level employees run the company, but they're responsible for change, and also that managers are as accountable to them as they are to managers. Any
absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's a two-way relationship, and clearly there needs to be an accountability from the individual to their manager. But absolutely, the manager's accountable for the individual in terms of helping develop them and helping them advance their career and achieve their career objectives. I agree completely.
What is in your business, what's the role of the who is the frontline employee in your business?
Oh, look, probably our call centre, our customer service people who are dealing with customer queries every day, maybe having problems logging into their accounts, want help writing a job ad, how to categorise the ad, all sorts of different problems. So they're very much on the front line, dealing with lots of customers every day.
Last question, what advice would you give to somebody starting a company who, not about their product or service, but about how to manage it?
Look, I think ultimately it's about attracting people into your organisation who are very passionate about what they do, and about creating an environment where people can be motivated and really believe in what they do. Because ultimately, in any startup organisation, your key asset is always going to be the people. And having people who are motivated, engaged and talented, and being able to retain those people is absolutely critical. So creating that sort of environment, I think, is very important.
Is there anything personally you do to try to, you can think about you personally in trying to achieve that?
Look, lots of things. I mean, we spend a lot of time on an induction, so I spend time with all new employees when they start, but also we do something periodically, once a month, sit down with about 10 or a dozen people randomly across the business. We call it Seek Speak, where people get an opportunity to talk about the things that we could do better, the areas we can improve, and a whole lot of specific ideas have come out of that, really specifically about Seek as an employer and how we can do a better job and how we can continue to be a very, very good employer.